I get started with my story, we've got a lot of vets out here. I'm not the only hero in this room. So I've met about probably a dozen since we've been here. So can you all please stand up? Spouses, all right, so the past 14 months, where do I start? I want to thank Dr. Allen for her products, her bone matrix. Not all of you, we lost, almost 70 pounds together. I had 14 orthopedic surgeons 14 months ago tell me I'd never walk again. We were looking at prosthetics. They said if you walk, it's going to be with a cane. It's going to be very slow. 3 weeks ago, I climbed the second highest mountain in Oregon. This business has been absolutely amazing to us, both my wife and I. George, your vision, Brett, your leadership. I started from bed. I was watching Brett on Facebook. Long lost second cousins, didn't know each other growing up. And I said, what are you doing? How are you having so much fun? Never working. My Army career was over. They told me immediately, you're going to be discharged out of the Army. We have 5 kids. It was time to start looking for a new plan. And I wanted a plan that looked like his. So he told us he shared this crazy skinny coffee with people. And I told him he was out of his mind. I said, all I got to do is share this and become rich. Our products work. Our products are amazing. It's been a tough road. I'm going to let my wife share a little bit the emotional roller coaster that we've been on the last few months and why we love this company so much.
I don't know if how many of you have ever gotten a call that somebody you love has almost died. And when I got a call on July 29, 2012, that my husband was in an explosion and he was being airlifted to Kandahar. It's something after 8 years you knew could happen, but you didn't want to hear. It took a week for me to finally see him again. And he was alive and he was going to be okay, but the man and his dreams that he had were suddenly taken away. And I've loved him my whole adult life. So to see that sparkle, that driven man gone, it broke my heart. The month of August, he was in the hospital the whole month, and I slowly saw him retreat into himself. And he'd talk to me in private, and he'd tell me that he was reliving things over and over in his head, and why didn't he die? Why is he here still? Why is he alive? We came home from the hospital, and he's an active guy. You cannot keep him still. So when he was told, you stay in bed with your foot up, he was done. And then one day he said, hey, did I ever tell you I have a cousin named Brett Gorbett? No, I don't mean to mention that. Well, we're going to go meet up with him and his wife this Sunday and go have breakfast. Okay, still had no idea about this company. We met up with him, and that was the first I heard of skinny coffee, and like most of you, I thought, okay, this is insane. But what it did for him, it gave him a purpose again. It gave him a reason to wake up in the morning and to keep pushing forward. This company saved my husband's life. Still have their father, and for that I will be grateful for the rest of my life.
You ever hear a soldier talk about the emotional things that he comes home with, PTSD, depression, night terrors? I couldn't handle life anymore, especially being in bed. I could not handle it anymore. I've had people call me coward, so we talk about suicide. Coward. I'm not a coward. You know, I'm not selfish to my babies. It's just something a lot of you soldiers out there know what it's like to come home and have to rethink the things that happened over there that you didn't want to have to do, or the things that you had to see and they won't go out of your head. I was talking with Chris and Crystal Kozine yesterday on the roasting tour. And she told me that, she says, I have a hard time getting out there and talking to people. This is after I shared my depression story with her. And I just now, just within the last few days, opened up about that. And I look at her and I said, what if you talk to one person and they're still standing here because you talked to them? Like that crazy Gorbett right there. If he didn't reach out to me, and he didn't do what we're supposed to be doing here, it's our obligation now, I don't think I'd be here today. So I love you. I love you. Thank you, everybody.